Good morning. Welcome to Energy Works. Today we're talking about breakups and breakthroughs. So sometimes we can have relationships that end, or we can have jobs that end, or we can have um, relationships within ourselves that can end. Sometimes we treat ourselves not very nicely. Sometimes we decide that we're not going to treat ourselves badly anymore. We're going to eat better, drink water, we're going to exercise, we're going to do all the things that we need to do to have a better relationship with ourselves. And sometimes our partners or our work or our family can show us that we're not loving ourselves very well and not treating ourselves very well. And so we may, become abused because we allow that to happen. And so it's like deciding that, that we want to be treated differently, that we want to do things in a better way, a healthier way, a happier way. So anyway, I wanted to clear some energy around our ability to get through relationships and aspects of ourselves. All right, so let's go into our heart chakra. Good morning, whoever's there, say hello. All right, so what's coming up first is criticism of hate and self. And sometimes that's the fallback pattern that we have, when things aren't going right, that we tend to go into I must have done it wrong, or I'm making a mistake, or it's not right. So it's like unlearning this pattern that we've often adopted from childhood. Good morning, Liz. So where in your body you've got stuff stuck? Where is complaining? All right, I forgive myself. Often we are the harshest critics of ourselves. So Elizabeth mentioned her throat. Okay, thank you. All right, my love has no limitations. Behavior, and see that it's not actually about us, and we can love people past what they're doing. Let's go in the throat chakra now. All right, I'm comfortable expressing my authentic self. Sometimes we're scared to express who we really are, and we feel we might be judged or rejected. I'm ready to put my negative habits aside and express my creativity. So often we spend a lot of energy criticizing ourselves or, thinking, by this time in my life, I should have done this or that. But if we could actually channel that energy that we're using to not show love to ourselves or to be mean to ourselves into creativity, how much better would it be? All right, I express myself easily and with courage. I acknowledge my unique set of superpowers. So now we're going into the higher chakras. The lunar chakra, which is about aligning ourselves with life's teacher, our time on earth. All right, fear of the night. So sometimes we can have fear like of the night or of dark, but we can also fear sleeping or not sleeping. We can also fear our dreams. We can fear um, facing, like the dark night of the soul kind of idea, when we're not okay with who we are or we're not okay with, aspects of our life. So what can affect this, good morning, Margaret, is what we view through media and images. So it leaves a negative effect on us. And sometimes, we can see awful images and we don't forget them. They definitely impact us in a negative way. So we need to be very careful what we listen to, what we watch, what we look at, what we read. Our interactions all are recorded in our energy field, in our brain. So it's like we need to be mindful. All right, so reading good books is really important. Reading things. Oh, okay, we're having trouble with static again. Staticky for anyone else? All right, I have an awareness of my own needs, desires, and purposes. Okay. Okay, so is that any better? Let's see. All right, welcome back. We're talking about breakups and breakthroughs and how different aspects of our life can cause us to change direction a little, address the things in our lives that are not quite right, let go of thinking or habits that are not really working for us. So we're going to go into the brow chakra. Good morning, Susanna. So we're talking about breakups and breakthroughs and how we sometimes need to change how we feel about ourselves or how we treat ourselves. All right, becoming forgetful is showing up. So what are we forgetting? Thanks, Susanna. Thought you might like. All right. So sometimes we forget who we are. I think if we could know who we were before we came to Earth, the amazing spirit that we were, and knowing that we signed up for this Earth life because with all the difficulties that we would face, and knowing that we would gain great strength from these difficulties that we face, and we would grow spiritual muscles in dealing with all these things. Okay, so now in the crown chakra. Oh, hi, Surat. Temple's closed today. Okay. All right, so the inability to see that we're all family, because we really are all brothers and sisters, aren't we? And often our ego wants to separate us and make us feel that we are not like everyone else, or no one understands us or gets us. All right, so where in your body is complaining? So an oil comes up here too, cedar wood. Yes, thank you. Oil of community, that's right. All right, I combine my strong-willed individuality with the supportive power of community to achieve great things. And of course, if we support each other, we can achieve great things, and we all have our individual ways. All right, so Susanna's mentioned lungs, anxiety, and the sixth chakra. Right. All right, I am never alone on my path for long. There is always a hand ready to help me along when I remember to look around. I possess lovely social skills and consistently exhibit personal courtesy and grace. In time of crisis, I hold firm, even against persistent external forces, enabling me to resist the sudden events and powerful emotions that could undermine my confidence and morale. So you could use your cedarwood oil to help you feel community and to recognize who is on your team and that you have people that love you and care for you and accept you. All right, so one of the values comes up. So the value of generosity. Okay. All right, there is joy in giving. And I think that there's no better way to lift your vibe than to actually do something for someone else. I think that really helps you get out of your own road when you think about someone else and what they might need. It helps a lot. I share my talents, time, money, love, and energy on a daily basis. And I think that's a great thing to stick by to, every day you think to yourself, I'm going to do just one random act of kindness because I can. All right, whatever you're feeling like inside will be reflected in your external experience. If we're generous, then the universe will be generous with us. Sometimes we're generous with our time, but not our money. At times we're generous with our energy, but withhold our talents. Generosity equals abundance. Give what's yours to be generous with willingly and freely, and it will increase your vibrational frequency. So we all want to feel that higher vibe, isn't it? Like the highest vibration is joy and peace and enlightenment. There is a Buddhist saying, your happiness is my happiness. So there is no greater happiness in the world. So abundance gives birth to abundance and an energetic prescription that will attract prosperity serendipitously to you. So be generous with your love, be generous without an agenda. When we're generous, the veil between us and them is lifted and we become one with humanity or in humanity. So I guess that goes with the cedarwood, isn't it? That wanting to be community and bring people in rather than shutting people out. When we are gentle and generous with ourselves, we are then generous with others. And in doing so, open the windows of heaven to pour down blessings upon us. So in other words, the universe responds because we are demonstrating that there is always enough. And I really believe that. If you think about an orange, how many seeds are in an orange? How many orange trees could you grow from one orange? And, the same with any fruit or vegetable. The ability to grow more is always there. Right, so now we're going to get back into the crown chakra. I'm worthy of divine connection regardless. I'm greater than any possession or relationship I have or don't have. I'm not measured by possessions or connections. I see problems as lessons of growth, not failure. I'm connected to my earth family and my heavenly family. My electrical circuitry and brain chemistry work in harmony for my highest good. Right, so now we're going in on the anxiety, and right, having a healthy working relationship with our intuition. All right. So, are you listening to your intuition? Do you sometimes get a prompting and then don't follow it? I know we all do that at times. The more we can learn to trust the intuition, the more we get given intuition. All right, let's go into our solar plexus chakra. All right, so seeing ourselves as powerless. Whereas I think we are powerful beyond measure. So using our power wisely. So sometimes we can use our power to criticize ourselves or criticize others or to doubt our ability to do things. And we might do self-destructive eating or thinking or, uh, you know, being a bit destructive in our relationships. So sometimes we have relationship breakdowns because we're not honoring ourselves, and because we're not honoring ourselves, we're not honoring other people. All right, so we're just going to use chamomile oil for a moment. And that's about spiritual purpose. So Roman chamomile assists in shedding the meaningless activities that consume lives so individuals can focus on a more fulfilling work, even the work of their own souls. So this oil assists in feeling connected to and supported by divine helpers and guides, and calms insecurities about following one's spiritual path. So if you're having a little bit of doubt around, what you need to do or following what you feel inspired to do, either diffuse or put on some Roman chamomile to help you get back in touch with your intuition and trust what you're getting and take action, even if it's just a small step at a time. Take action. All right, we're getting back in the heart chakra. All right, feelings of loss are replaced by feelings of love. I forgive others whether they deserve it or not, because the forgiveness is really about us being free. I'm willing to go beyond my own limitations. I'm free to let go. And sometimes when a relationship ends or a job ends or some situation ends that we're, a little unhappy about, sometimes we have to think that we need to be willing to let go, because if we can let go, we can open ourselves up to something bigger and better and a different situation. So I think the lungs is covered in the heart chakra. So you also mentioned the brow chakra. All right, I easily release all my hidden emotions as they are experienced. So some of our hidden emotions. All right, so lack of understanding of self or no sense of ourself. And often that can be through difficult families or difficult situations that we've had to, um, do what it takes to survive. And now it's like learning to, or actually unlearning to do that and kind of working out what helps us to be okay. Because when we're okay, then we're more able to be generous and help other people, which is a bit of a catch 22, isn't it? All right, so some more stuck emotions. All right, unresolved emotional burdens. Age 6, age 10, age 15, age 19, 28, 34, 40, 50. All right. So these are some of the emotions that are kind of stuck within us and some of the timelines of the emotions that are stuck within us. All right. So now if we say I have a healthy working relationship with my intuition, that's strong. All right. The feeling of hopelessness. So, what might you feel hopelessness about? So, age 6 comes up. And also love unreceived. So, sometimes we can show love to people, but they may not accept it. All right. Anywhere else in your body that's complaining, or a time in your life that's still complaining? All right, I'm seeking only the truth and let everything else fall away. All right, so then we're going to go into the earth chakra. So it's like that connecting um, into the ground, putting your feet on the ground, or, holding your pot plant or going for a walk in nature. It's really important for us to let our emotions go into the ground. So bumping into things, not being aware of our surroundings. Yeah, so taking off your shoes and walking on the beach or the grass. I can make a difference. And sometimes just your smile makes a difference, or just a wave, or, just a little text to someone that pops into your head, or a phone call, or sometimes a little bunch of flowers, or whatever it is that you feel prompted to do. I think those are really the game changers for people. All right, I see the natural beauty of this planet and give thanks. And we are lucky, aren't we? That we have so many beautiful places and plants and animals. We are very blessed. All right, so now we're talking about resilience. All right, so when trial after trial seems to fall upon us, we often reach breaking point. It is at these desperate moments that a great resilience is required. Resilience is a choice, a deliberate choice to pick ourselves up, view the situation differently, and keep going no matter what. Resilience is a reflection of our strength and resolve to try again. It comes from an inner knowing that trials are lessons in disguise. The trial is often presented to us because we have made a faulty choice and we can now make a better one. In every difficult situation, there is a call to choose again. Even when the trial does not come as a direct result of our actions and appears to be random or undeserving, our resilience is a choice to believe it's possible to rise from the ashes. And I truly believe that we can. And often, if we look back to some of the most difficult and horrendous situations in our life, we can see that we learned so many powerful lessons from these situations. Doesn't mean we want to go back there, but we do learn. All right, I know which voice to listen to because sometimes our ego tells us we're separate and it's hopeless and what will the neighbours think. But if we listen to our inner voice and what we're inspired to do, we'll always be guided. So I know which voice to listen to. I hear the inner call to try again and dispel the mind's incessant whisperings that there is no way out. And I think that's important to believe that there is always a way out. There's always a way to improve. When I fall, there is always a hand to help me up. Every mistake is a stepping stone to greater things. Back in the crown chakra again. I see my problems as lessons of growth, not as failure. I'm connected to my earth family and my heavenly family. I think often when we are facing trials in our life, we are also clearing generational baggage that we have, offered to come and deal with while we're here in a mortal body, which is the fastest and quickest way to learn. So it's very important that we allow ourselves as much growth and learning while we're here. We may, being in a mortal physical body can be hard, but it's also amazing. And I'm sure after we die, we'll miss having a body. All right, my work in life brings me joy. And that can be like going to work, but that's also can be the work of our souls, the growing, the learning to express ourselves, the learning to uh, try different things, take up different talents, or in musical instruments, arts, dancing, all sorts of things. Have a go at everything that you always wished you had. All right. So we had scheduled a get together for this coming Saturday night, but we will postpone that to the week after. So we've got our next Energy Works from the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of June. So if you're interested in coming to learn energy or just to refresh your skills or just to practice, a great time to do it. We always offer it much cheaper as a refresher. And we just do it at A1 Health here in Padstow. We have a great space. We hold space for each other and we hang out together and learn and grow. And it's always amazing to see who comes together in each group and how it's definitely divinely inspired. Nothing to do with me. All right. And we will be having an advanced Energy Works in the second week of October, the Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All right. Well, thank you for those that jumped on, especially those that jumped on twice since we were having some sort of glitch happening. So hope that you shine your light and really start to express the bits of you that you've been scared to express. And I think the more that you express yourself, the more you bring to yourselves people that are like-minded, and you lift your vibration. And as you lift your vibration, you attract higher vibration people. All right. So just checking in, any last things with anyone on our call? Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. All right. Well, enjoy your day. Bye. Thanks, Margaret.